Heinrich Luitpold Himmler was born in Munich, Bavaria, German Empire, on October 7, 1900, into a conservative middle-class Roman Catholic family. His father was a teacher and his mother was a devout Roman Catholic. Heinrich had two brothers as well. Himmler's first name, Heinrich, was that of his godfather, Prince Heinrich of Bavaria, a member of the royal family of Bavaria. In 1915, he began training with the Landshut Cadet Corps. His father used his connections with the royal family to get Himmler accepted as an officer candidate, and he enlisted with the reserve battalion of the 11th Bavarian Regiment in December 1917. In November 1918, while Himmler was still in training, the First World War ended with Germany's defeat, denying him the opportunity to become an officer or see combat. After his discharge on December 18th, he returned to Landshut, Bavaria. After the war, Himmler completed his grammar school education. From 1919 to 1922, he studied agronomy at the Technical University, Munich. Himmler was anti-Semitic by the time he went to university. He and other students at his school would avoid their Jewish classmates. He remained a devout Catholic while a student and spent most of his leisure time with members of his fencing fraternity, the League of Apollo, the president of which was Jewish. Himmler maintained a polite demeanor with him and with other Jewish members of the fraternity, in spite of his growing anti-Semitism. During his second year at university, Himmler redoubled his attempts to pursue a military career. Although he was not successful, he was able to extend his involvement in the paramilitary scene in Munich. It was at this time that he met Ernst Röhm, an early member of the Nazi Party and co-founder of the Storm Battalion. Himmler joined the Nazi Party in August 1923, receiving party number 14,303. As a member of Röhm's paramilitary unit, Himmler was involved in Adolf Hitler's unsuccessful beer hall overthrow in Munich, Bavaria, Wehrmacht Republic. This event would set Himmler on a life of politics. He was questioned by the police about his role, but was not charged because of insufficient evidence. However, he did lose his job and was unable to find employment as an agronomist and had to move in with his parents in Munich. In 1923 and 1924, Himmler came to abandon Catholicism and focused on the occult and in anti-Semitism. Germanic mythology, reinforced by occult ideals, became a religion for him. Himmler found the NSDAP appealing because its political position agreed with his own views. Initially, he was not swept up by Hitler's charisma. However, as he learned more about Hitler through his reading, he began to regard him as a useful face of the party. To consolidate and advance his own position in the NSDAP, Himmler took advantage of the disarray in the party following Hitler's arrests in the wake of the beer hall overthrow. From mid-1924, he worked under Gregor Strasser as a party secretary and propaganda assistant, traveling all over Bavaria, agitating for the party. He gave speeches and distributed literature. Placed in charge of the party office of Lower Bavaria by Strasser from late 1924, he was responsible for integrating the area's membership with the NSDAP under Hitler when the party was reformed in February 1925. That same year, he joined the Protection Squadron as an SS leader. The SS, initially part of the much larger SA, was formed in 1923 for Hitler's personal protection and was reformed in 1925 as an elite unit of the SA. Himmler's first leadership position in the SS was that of SS district leader in Lower Bavaria. In September 1927, Himmler told Adolf Hitler of his vision to transform the SS into a loyal, powerful, racially pure elite unit. Convinced that Himmler was the man for the job, Hitler appointed him Deputy Realm Leader SS with the rank of SS Senior Leader. Himmler met his future wife, Margaret Boden, in 1927. 7 years his senior, she was a nurse who shared an interest in herbal medicine and homeopathy, and was part owner of a small private clinic. They were married in July 1928, and their only child, Gudrun, was born on August 8, 1929. The couple were also foster parents to a boy named Gerhard, son of an SS officer who had died before the war. Margaret sold her share of the clinic and used the proceeds to buy a plot of land near Munich, where they erected a prefabricated house. Himmler was constantly away on party business, so his wife took charge of their mostly unsuccessful efforts to raise livestock for sale. Upon the resignation of SS Commander Erhard Heiden in January 1929, Himmler assumed the position of Realm Leader SS with Hitler's approval. One of his first responsibilities was to organize SS participants at the Nuremberg rally that September. Over the next year, Himmler grew the SS from a force of about 290 men to about 3,000. By 1930, Himmler had persuaded Hitler to run the SS as a separate organization, although it was officially still subordinate to the SA. In 1931, he appointed Reinhard Heydrich chief of the new intelligence service, which was renamed the Security Service. In 1932, he later officially appointed Heydrich his deputy. The two men had a good working relationship and a mutual respect. In 1933, they began to remove the SS from SA control. Along with Internal Minister Frick, they hoped to create a unified German police force. In March 1933, Reich Governor of Bavaria Franz Ritter von Epp appointed Himmler chief of the Munich police. Himmler appointed Heydrich commander of Department 4, the political police. That same year, Hitler promoted Himmler to the rank of SS senior group leader, equal to the rank of the senior SA commanders. Thereafter, Himmler and Heydrich took over the political police of state after state. On December 31st, 1931, Himmler introduced the marriage order, which required SS men wishing to marry to produce family trees proving that both families were of Aryan descent to 1800. Himmler expected that each SS marriage should produce at least 4 children, thus creating a pool of genetically superior prospective SS members. The program had disappointed results. Less than 40% of SS men married, and each produced about only 1 child. In March 1933, less than 3 months after the Nazis came to power, Himmler set up the first official concentration camp at Dachau. Adolf Hitler had stated that he did not want it to be just another prison or detention camp. Its features included isolation of victims from the outside world, elaborate roll calls and work details, the use of force and executions to exact obedience, and a strict disciplinary code for the guards. Initially, the camps housed political opponents. Over time, undesirable members of German society were placed in the camps as well. A Hitler decree issued in December 1937 allowed for the incarceration of anyone deemed by the regime to be an undesirable member of society. This included Jews, Gypsies, Communists, and those persons of any other culture, racial, political, or religious affiliation deemed by the Nazis to be subhuman. Hitler decided on June 21st that Ernst Röhm and the SA leadership had to be eliminated. 200 members of the SA leadership and other political adversaries were killed between June 30th and July 2nd, 1934, in these actions known as the Night of the Long Knives. With the SA thus neutralized, the SS became an independent organization answered only to Hitler on July 20th, 1934. Himmler's title of Realm Leader SS became the highest formal SS rank, equivalent to a field marshal in the army. Himmler and Heydrich wanted to extend the power of the SS. Thus, they urged Hitler to form a national police force overseen by the SS to guard Nazi Germany against its many enemies at the time. And on June 17, 1936, Hitler decreed the unification of all police forces in the realm and named Himmler Chief of German Police. This move gave Himmler operational control over Germany's entire detective force. He also gained authority over all of Germany's uniformed law enforcement agencies, which were amalgamated into the new Order Police, which became a branch of the SS. Himmler believed that a major task of the SS should be acting as the vanguard in overcoming Christianity and restoring a Germanic way of living. As part of preparations for the coming conflict between humans and subhumans, in 1937, Himmler declared, "We live in an era of the ultimate conflict with Christianity. It is part of the mission of the SS to give the German people in the next half-century the non-Christian ideological foundations on which to lead and shape their lives. This task does not consist solely in overcoming an ideological opponent, but must be accompanied at every step by a positive impetus. In this case, that means the reconstruction of the German heritage in the widest and most comprehensive sense."